Live in the Salon with Benita and Rita. Welcome. Get a glass of wine and get comfortable. You will be empowered, inspired, and will definitely have a little fun. Hey, you may even learn something new. In the Salon, we host community conversations, so all voices are appreciated. We hope you will enjoy the show. Cheers. Welcome to Live in the Salon with Benita and Rita, and I am Rita. So glad that you're with us today, and I'm excited about my guest. You know, I usually am excited about my guest, but this is a lady by the name of Carol Reese, and I'm going to read a brief biology, and then we're just going to find out about her because I think she's fascinating. So let me tell you a little bit about her. So, Carol Reese is a tech innovator, speaker, and ecosystem builder known as the digital inclusionist. She's got a trademark on that too, by the way. She's the founder of Resource Companies, and she helps nonprofits, small businesses, workforce organizations, and communities leverage technology, AI, and digital transformation to create meaningful impact. Carol is passionate about making innovation accessible, practical, and human-centered, especially for seniors, underserved communities, and entrepreneurs and organizations navigating change. She empowers people to use technology with intention as a tool for opportunity, growth, and transformation. She's also currently a participant in the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program and is based in Richmond, Virginia. I need everybody to stay with this interview because we are going to talk about AI and we're going to get you to understand a little bit more than you already know. And I got to tell you, I'm being very selfish because there are things I want to know. So I figured the best thing to do was to bring her on as a guest so that I could find out all of my answers. So welcome.
You so much. Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you.
I'm just so excited to be here, Miss Rita. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm on Rita's show.
Yeah.
I made it.
But here's the deal. I was on yours in the beginning.
Yes,
I think I was one of your first shows.
Yes,
so,
you were.
yeah.
Yes.
So we're going back and forth. It's all good.
Very good.
So, Carol, you and I met when you were in Scaling for Growth.
No, ma'am. We met when you were at Mirror Image.
Oh, Mirror Enterprise.
And Mirror Enterprise. I don't know why I keep calling it Mirror Enterprise. I was working with a young lady that came through your program.
Okay.
I worked for the state, and she was coming to get a job there.
Got it.
And she came through your program. Yes, ma'am.
Got it.
Yes.
So I was saying Scaling for Growth because as you were in Goldman Sachs,
yes,
you said the other day when you spoke, we were at a speaking engagement together, that you go to every program that's out there.
I do.
Why?
Because you can't stop learning because life changes. Everything you thought you knew has changed or shifted. I graduated high school with the great achievement of wanting to be a secretary because I could type 85 words a minute, no errors. And I ended up getting a job at 18 years old working for the federal government for the FBI because of my high school class teachers who taught us how to pass the civil servant test. And so I passed that test, and at 18 I went to work for the federal government.
Okay.
And I didn't know then what I know now, that I had a natural inclination toward computers and processes and things because the government was the first place I had access to a computer. But I could type.
Can you tell us what year?
1985.
Okay.
1984. 84.
Yeah.
84.
Okay.
1984.
Okay.
When I came out of school,
so they were still kind of big.
Yes, they were big in the back and green light. And we had to
to
stop work at night so they could change the tapes in the media room.
Okay.
Because they had to change the big tapes and it was cold and everything. And what I found is I like processes and procedures, ordering them, creating them, and I learned about the computer. My first encounter with the computer before working for the government was in a small town, South Hill. We had to work during the summer.
South Hill, Virginia.
South Hill, Virginia, and you work part the day, or you went to school part of the day. And one of my jobs is at a local doctor's office, and he had just gotten a computer, and he said, "Do you know how to operate this?" I said, "Yes, sir." I took that book home and read it from back to cover. The next day, I turned it on. I was so excited. That's all I could do was turn it on, but I was excited. He didn't know what I could and could not do.
Yeah.
And it had all the, the green writing, and it was horrible, but I figured it out. And so from that time on, every job I've ever had was I was the go-to person to unclog the printers and copiers to figuring out how to use the dot matrix. Remember that green and white paper?
So were you in school? Was math your thing?
I hate math.
Okay.
What? Okay. No, ma'am. Math was algebra is not my friend. I just had a thing of understanding how things work, like the process. And so when I started working in the government, then I went to work for small businesses. And what I did was understand that they didn't have processes in place or infrastructure.
Right.
And so working for small
Let's stop a second, because this is what entrepreneurs need to know. Because, in Scaling for Growth, we talked about processes and procedures. So just tell me a little bit about the value. What's the value of having processes and procedures?
Because you need to know how to get from A to Z. Most business owners carry everything in their head. They know what they want to do. They have a passion. They can do it with their eyes closed. But if you ask them, how can someone help them, it's in their head. So they don't even start with writing it down. So I work for some of the first great businesses. I worked for Michael and Rosemary Clark back in the 80s. It was the first black insurance agency to make $1 million.
Michael Clark.
Yes, I worked for Mr. Michael Clark. That man and his wife were the first exposure I had to black business owners.
Okay.
When I said to you that they had processes and procedures down, but everyone after that, because Mrs. Clark worked with him, I went to work for the first black land surveyor in the state of North Carolina, and he didn't have anything set up. So I went in, and he had color-coded folders, and I rearranged it and created systems in the computer for him, and he was just so thankful. His crew wouldn't show up. I was in the field helping him measure the land. What? Yeah, so when you work for a small business, you do everything. But what we started doing was writing down everything they do from the time they got in. I said, just write down what you're doing so I could help someone else learn what you're doing so they can take your place. Right. And what I found is...
Stop a second. Put another comma there. Because when you say what they're doing...
Yes.
So if I'm writing content, then what do I say about content if I'm using chat?
So right now, what you do is use chat to write your process.
Right.
So what I had a young man tell me today, because he's learning how to do stock. He said, at the end of the day, I'm just so full. I said, take out your phone and record what your day did for you. What did you learn today? What did you discover today? What was your error today? What would you do better? I said, collect that data, and at the end of the week, translate it into a document.
Right.
I said, in the morning when you sit down at your desk, the first thing you do is check your email. Write down, I'm checking email. I'm moving things around. I'm making a calendar. I put it on your calendar. I don't care what it is that you have to do. Put it on your calendar so it becomes part of your day, right? You start your day with priorities. And I tell businesses, only have 3 priorities a week.
And I've said that you can't have but one priority at a time. Because the word is not priorities.
It's
otherwise
priority.
It doesn't mean, it is one priority at a time.
At a time.
Yeah.
And so if you set a minimum of 3 a week, that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My Monday priority is to find out what's my top thing I got to get done this week. My Wednesday priority is checking in to see what's not done. And my Friday priority is closing out the week to prepare for next week.
That's
right. And so once you start in a habit of writing down what you do, how long it takes you to do it, when you onboard someone, you can tell them exactly what they could do and how they could do it because you've done it, right? But a lot of times I found out recently, I onboarded someone I ordered some younger people, right? And they're different when it comes, and I talk a mile a minute, as you know. So I had to not only write out detailed onboarding instructions, I had to speak detailed onboarding instructions, right? And that showed me, even in generational, I took for granted my generation. You tell us to do A, we're gonna do A, B, C, D, just naturally, because that's what we grew up.
You're in the baby boomer?
I'm in the baby
You're
boomer.
a baby boomer.
Yes,
okay.
I am.
Okay.
And so we did above and beyond, because I came up with the rule: you learn your job, the person next to your job, and the person behind your job. You learn everybody's job.
That's
Today they're focused on what they do, right? And so trying to change that mindset, that the more you do, the more you know, the more you grow, right? That's what I'm trying to embed in younger people now. And with businesses, is our job is not to hold on to the business, but to grow it so that we outgrow our job, so someone else can do what we do, right? But we personalize it, and it's our baby. I'm guilty of it. I'm talking about myself,
I know.
And so now I'm at the point where I want to retire and pretend to retire
at some point. At some point, before you're 100.
Before I'm 100, at least 100, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, how do I put process processes, but not only that, how do I hire people I trust and I invest in? So I think that it's important for us to start as we plan to end.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we don't. We just jump in. I jumped in and I made every mistake.
Of course we did. Of course
at least
we
5
did.
times. Yes.
Tell me about, because we've gotten over this way, but I want to know, keep talking about you were with the government and how you got, because I want to know how you got to this business.
I started working for small businesses, and then I realized the help they needed, they didn't have in their budget. So I took corporate jobs. So I worked from everybody from American Express to Xerox. And I would take what I learned.
But you were being a contractor, or were you working full time?
I was working full time.
Okay.
And I worked in the evening. I provided services free to a lot of businesses till they got to the point where they could pay me. So everything I learned in corporations, I took to small businesses. Every corporation had the big white binder with all the rules in it. Everybody I knew had a big white binder with rules in it, right? Corporations had divisions separated by what people did, and they had org charts. You didn't have to have a person. I'm going to create your org chart. So I did those kind of things. And I brought everything I learned to small cultures so that they could adapt, right? And so she thinks I'm driving. Anyway, so what I found is some were receptive and some were not.
Some small businesses?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, now, are we in the 90s? Are we in the 2000s?
We're in the 90s.
Okay.
In late 90s, early 2000s. Early 2000, I had the pleasure, I worked for Verizon. I left Verizon in 2005, and I was determined, 2004, that I took a package. They had a 5-year package. I was like, I'm out. And then one of my friends started a placement, a temp placement business. And somebody called me and said, hey, Carol, you looking for a job? No, I'm not looking for a job. I'm starting my business, you know. And so they called me again. This girl needs somebody. She just started. Okay, fine. So I got interviewed by Dominion. I did everything I could to bomb that interview. And they still hired me.
You bombed right into a job.
I said, why I want to work with you guys? Why would I want to work here? And so they hired me temp, and then I stayed there, but I built my clientele at the same time. Used my paycheck to be my bank. And I opened my bank business account, got the EIN, and did everything I was supposed to do. And when I left, I had clients, but I didn't have financial sense. Right? And I learned that the hard way. And I don't want businesses to do that. You don't use your own money. You put your money in the bank and borrow against it. You use other people's money to grow your business. I didn't learn that.
Somebody told me that. I cannot tell. OPM.
Okay.
OPM, other people's money.
I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention because I'm coming out paying myself the same salary. What? And then I woke up one day and that bank account said no paycheck for you. I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to do different. And so through trial and error, I learned to do different. And I just try to help businesses look within. Where are your gaps? What is wrong? How can we fix it?
Yeah. So right now, did you go to college?
I did. I graduated at 50. So it's 10 years ago. Yes. Because of a promise I made to my grandmother and my mother that I would go to school.
Really? Where'd you go?
Union. Yes,
really?
Yes, ma'am.
Part-time or full?
I went full-time. When I left Dominion, I went and finished my 2 years full-time, and I ran my business.
That's amazing.
That's God.
You do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. When God puts you on a path, He'll send you what you need.
That's right. That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes.
And that's important to say that again.
Yeah.
Say that again. When God puts you
on a specific path, He's going to send you what you need.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy.
No.
People always say when it's hard, it must not be God. No, there's no story in the Bible that anybody had it easy. No. They all went through all kinds of stuff. It wasn't a beautiful life, but they were blessed because they had faith.
But here's the thing: when we're on that path. And then ask me how I know this. When we're on that path and then we say, God's not moving fast enough, so let me help him.
Yes, Carol. You talking to Carol? Yes.
We get jacked
up. We do. So I've learned through trial and error to say, this is your job. I'm going to do mine over here.
Yeah.
And when you tell me to move, I'm going to move.
Yeah.
Because Carol was trying to fix it. Oh my God. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
So we're going to take a break?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to come back. I want you to stay tuned because we've got a lot more to talk about. We'll be right back. Hey there. We're back with Live in the Salon with Benita and Rita. And I am with Carol Reese, who is the digital inclusionist. And we are going to talk now about AI because If you don't know, you need to know. Artificial intelligence. And it's growing by leaps and bounds. I will tell you that I have a client who was entering a program back in January. This right now is May. She was entering it back in January, and she said, I need a reel to send to them. So I said, I'll do the script for her. And she said, do you mind? I said, no. I did the script. I did it. I used ChatGPT, gave it to her. She loved it. She now has been in this program since May, and she has created processes and procedures herself.
Yeah, awesome.
I mean, when I met with her yesterday, that's all we talked about. Awesome. And so I just encourage you all to listen to this segment, because Carol works with folks who might be a bit fearful. So let's kind of talk about what is AI. Hey, where do we start?
I think the most important thing to realize is artificial intelligence is pulling information from databases all across the world where information is stored. And we feed it information. Every time we ask a question, every time someone puts something on the internet, they can go and search it. It's not human. It does not have feelings. It'll tell you nice things, but it's coded to do that. And it doesn't
have a memory.
It doesn't have a memory, and it hallucinates, right? So you got to fact check everything. You can't just go on what it says. But I think that it's important that people understand that it's here and it's not going anywhere. And it's been here for years. It's just really taken a big leap.
So talk to me, what's been here for years?
The artificial intelligence, because let's think about when the phones first started and we had to push the buttons. Remember, somebody would always answer the phone. Then all of a sudden we went through a transition where push 1 for Carol. And it was an artificial voice. James Earl Jones was the operator for a long time. And they replaced him with AI. We didn't know it at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And so it's been around in government agencies and other entities for a while. We just wasn't aware of that's what it was called, right? And now that it's here, we're not going backwards.
Ma'am.
We're not going to turn into iRobot. Not during my lifetime. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. Okay. But it is going to affect everything from how we do business, how we receive our money, how we apply for Medicare, how we get insurance, how we get our benefits, everything, because everything's going to the internet. And when things go to the internet, you have to understand how to access it, how not to be scammed, how to recognize emails that are AI generated that are not human, how to recognize that voice that's calling you and saying, I'm your son, I need some money.
Right.
We need to know all those things. And the best way to do that is to practice, is to go in. And I suggest that ChatGPT, Gemini by Google, or Copilot in Microsoft.
Say both of those again. Chat, C-H-A-T. GPT.
And if you're a Google user, it's Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Yeah, Gemini like the sign. And if you use Microsoft, it's Copilot. Now, there's many, many more AI out there. But I think those are good starting points. And once you start, you just learn.
What do we start? How do we start?
Go in and ask it a question. Okay, so the first question you can ask it is, what are you, ChatGPT, and what do you do? And watch it tell you. Do the same thing. What are you, Gemini, and what do you do? Right? And so it will explain to you exactly what it is and what it does.
Yeah.
I tell people to start. So I work with seniors, and I ask them, I say, go in, what is your favorite recipe that you make? You know, everybody got that secret recipe. Go in there and tell them to give you the recipe to chicken cacciatore. And people are amazed, right? And I say, everyone use a different one because people cook differently. The recipes have a little differences on how you even cook the pasta, you know, and things of that. Start small, but start, right? Also, a lot of seniors don't have email addresses. And I teach them how to set it up, because when you go to apply for your benefits, you have to log in, and they're going to want to send you a code, and you have to have it go somewhere.
And your My Account.
Yes.
With your health.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, the email.
Yes.
How do you do that? How do they create? Do they need somebody to help them create the email?
A lot of times, yes, because they haven't done it.
And so where can they go, Carol, besides your training?
Actually, Gmail has a great platform, and Gmail will tell you, if you go to Google, Gemini or ChatGPT and say, I need to create a Gmail address, it will walk you through the steps of how to do that.
Okay.
And same thing if people are still using Yahoo, and if you're using Yahoo, please stop. But anyway, it's easier.
I don't think I see anybody. Most people have Gmail.
Yeah, a lot of people have Gmail. I'm not going to say anything negative about anything. I just prefer, you know, Gmail, or Actually, I'm a Microsoft person, so I like Microsoft. I think that one thing, Gmail does have security, and so does Microsoft. They have security. But you need to have your email set up. And you cannot use 123 password, 1234. Please use a password they cannot guess. Do not put your birthday, okay? Do not put your phone number. Don't put your address, you know. Write it down first. If you're going to create an email to a password to anything, write it down first. And sometimes now the banks are requiring you, certain agencies, to have a PIN. Write down a four-digit number. Write it down so you can see it in your home on your refrigerator.
Yeah, and don't put it on don't put it on your computer.
Do not take a picture and put it on your phone.
Right.
These are things that happen because if your phone is lost or hacked, then they can get all your information. Also, you need to have a second multi-factor authentication. So your face is a great authentication. Your fingerprint is another one. But you need to have that they ask you to identify yourself before they give you the information.
Right. Okay, so we've got the email.
Yes.
And you've told everybody, because I really am speaking to seniors.
Yes.
But this is beneficial for anybody. With AI, you go in by asking a question.
Yes.
You said you start there. And I remember that my former accountant, I had heard ChatGPT like twice in the same day. And so when she came on, I said, listen, I've heard about ChatGPT. What does that do? She said, ask me a question. So I said, what? And she said, just any question. So I said, create a curriculum around, and I gave a topic. And she typed it in. And I had the big screen so I could see her typing it in. And this thing...
Yes, that's remarkable. Saves time.
Went like this. Yes. I almost cried. Right. Because I've worked on curriculums my whole life.
Whole life. I put curriculums together. Paper takes days, hours, months. Yes.
And when I saw this, I was hooked. Yes. I was hooked that day.
That point is very good because people are thinking AI replaces them. No, what it does is help you do your job more efficiently, more effectively.
That's right. And that's a good point because I've learned how to be clearer in asking questions. And so I can also be clearer with what it is I want to get back.
Yes.
I love that. If it gives me back something I don't want, it's because I didn't explain what I want.
And you can refine it by continue to ask questions.
Yeah.
I tell people, you know that email that you want to send because you hot right now, someone messed you up and you pissed about it. You put the information in ChatGPT and say, I'm very upset, but I need this to be professional.
That's it.
And it would change the tone of that email and make you sound like you're professional.
I have done that so many times.
Oh my gosh. I found out the hard way a few years ago that when you put something in all caps, people perceive it as you're shouting.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Absolutely.
How you
That's what I heard.
In that,
that's what I've heard.
So things are so different now. Like my daughter was saying, Mom, you can't say that. That means such and such. I don't know what these acronyms means and these emojis. Okay. And I'm at the point where, okay, fine. I'm just going to do it. But those things, and proposal writing, oh my gosh, it's such a big help. It can take, Adobe has an AI assistant, and you can take a PDF file, a solicitation or RFP, put it in there, and say, pull out all the red flags I need to be aware of. What is really needed to support this and apply to this? What qualifications do I have that meets this? And it will pull it out. You can put it in chat, Gemini, and in Copilot, and it'll pull it out. Because once you train it to know you, it knows your voice and what you do.
Right.
I think that the most important thing that people need to know about AI is, as you said, it has no memory. So you have to apply. So sometimes it'll reproduce something that you ask and it may be different.
Always. And that's when I realized, I said, just give me what you just gave me right up there. And it's like, no, I can't do that.
Exactly,
so that has been very helpful to me as well. But I think one of the biggest things that we hear, that I know I love, and I hear people saying, are the prompts.
Yes.
It just makes you more conscious of what you're asking.
Yes.
And that way you're then able to really get down to the meaning of what you want.
Exactly.
And that's what I love too. Because I thought I wanted this.
Right. But
this is what I want. This is deeper,
This is deeper, right.
And one of the things that I do too is to ask after we've gotten everything, I say, what am I missing?
Awesome.
I say, what am I missing? And then it goes, you did this really well, but you're missing. And I'm going, shut up.
And we'll point it
And
out.
then now will you please integrate it?
Yes.
That's the word.
Right.
Integrate it into the
Yes.
original.
It will create images based on your information. I need an image created showing a young lady at her desk, a senior at her desk, is being frustrated with the computer. I created my whole curriculum creating images with ChatGPT that way. And I said animate it, and it animated the image for me, right? And so the other piece to that
Shut
is,
up.
Yes, it will create an image, and it will create an image for you. What we have to realize is whatever we're doing in our career, whether we're small business owners or we have a professional, is everything that you're using has an AI component. How are you using it to make your job easier,
Right.
to make your job more
Right,
efficient,
right.
to have those reports come out when you're not slaving
Right,
over it all day
right,
long,
right,
to really have it not just proofread your document, but to make it more professional, make it more clean, and understand how to use what you already have. And I implore small businesses to look at all the apps and software that they're currently using and see how it connects and where it doesn't connect. And what is it that you're missing? And does it have an AI component? And what is the cost of not having it?
Right. So real quickly, I've been hearing a lot the last couple of days with graduations and everything.
Yes.
And a lot of the entry level jobs have been taken over by AI.
Yes.
And women and these folks and a couple of folks are authors, and they're saying that these young people that are coming out need to really get a sense of what they love doing, and which is different. But I've always said that if you try to go, if you're in a job here and you want to go to a job here, what's the difference?
Right.
You know, you want to go somewhere where you're bringing
Right.
something to the table.
Yes.
And so, what would you suggest to graduating seniors or just been out of college a couple of years?
I would suggest that they research where they want to end up first.
Okay.
Right? Not where they're starting. Where do you want to end up?
Got it.
And when you're coming out of college or high school, you don't really know, right? You know, for right now, you know, I just want to party, right? I want to make enough money to go to the party on Friday night.
Yeah.
So I suggest that they first look at all the different things that interest them. Don't put themselves in a box.
Good.
They can't put themselves in a box because the way the world is, everything changes. So it went from receptionists, now they have AI operators and AI assistants to now customer service experience people, right? So all the titles are changing, but their bodies are still needed for certain positions. So you have to look for what makes you smile and what your natural inclination is.
That's so good.
Yes.
What is your natural inclination?
Yes.
Not that your dad wants you to be an attorney.
Right.
So, you know, you're going to go there because who knows where that will be.
Exactly.
It's got to be your gifts.
Right.
It's your gifts.
And what is the future projection of that?
Exactly.
And so I tell people, look at what that job says for 10 years. I did a research recently on job changes from 2023 to 2020 to 2030. You should see the amazing and the trend and what's coming up. You know, we're always going to need people in the medical field. Right? So medical coders, even though AI can do it, medical coders have to check to make sure the number of information is right because, you know, it can read wrong and it hallucinates. So we have to be cognitive of the things that it can do and it cannot.
And I heard a woman the other day talking about her, because she lived with AI for a whole year and used it for everything, comparing the mammogram and what the doctor did not discover and then what AI did discover. You know?
I took my last medical report because it comes in charts with these abbreviations. I have no idea. And I uploaded it and it read off what it meant to me. It gave me what it meant. And I was able to look it up because I always compare. Compare and confirm.
That's right.
And I used Claude AI and it gave me the same thing. But the doctor puts these forms out like we're supposed to know what they mean. We didn't go to medical school. I don't understand.
Right,
So
right. She sure did.
Yeah.
So we're going to take another break.
Okay. All right.
We are then, guys, I know you are loving this. So if you want to ask Carol questions, she's certainly going to tell you where she is and how to get in touch with her. But you can also send them to me on LinkedIn, RitaRicks.com, wherever. So we're coming right back. This is Live in the Salon. All right, so we are back live in the salon with Benita and Rita. I am Rita here with Carol Reese, and we are rolling with this AI, folks. So I hope you're enjoying it because I know I am. I need to tell you that I received the 15-minute CEO 5 plug-and-play workflows to build, brand, and scale with ease. This was done by Brianna, who is second in command for eWomen Network. She is the daughter of Sandra Yancey. She sent this out, and it has been like a little Bible Bible for me ever since I got it. And so there were five tips that she sent, but we're going to start with workflow number 5 because she says we can say we don't need 10 new apps or 10 extra hours. You just need 10 intentional minutes powered by the right AI.
Yes,
So,
yes.
end every week with clarity, gratitude, and focus.
Yes.
Your tools will be ChatGPT or Firefly, which is optional. At the end of each week, open ChatGPT and paste this prompt. Here's what I worked on this week. Summarize my biggest wins. This is kind of what you just said.
Yes.
Lessons and what to focus on next week. Number 3, review your summary, capture the highlights in your preferred format, either a quick journal note, email to yourself, or your Google Doc. And if you use Fireflies, pull insights from your weekly meeting recaps to add key accomplishments and next steps. The outcome is that you'll start leading from reflection instead of reaction.
Yes.
Now, talk to me about Fireflies real quickly.
So Fireflies is, I want to say Adobe's AI.
Okay.
Everybody has an AI.
Okay.
Right? But I'm going to give you a shortcut. Okay, whether you use Google Calendar or Microsoft Calendar, if you put everything on your calendar, at the end of the week, you can ask Copilot or Gemini to summarize your week. What did you miss? What did you accomplish? And what should you do next week to prepare? The same thing, right?
Got it.
And so also in each one of those, you can create templates that automatically respond to certain types of emails. A lot of times we spend time responding to emails. You can set up your AI in your email to respond to the email based on what it's saying, not just a generic somebody get back to you in 48 hours. You can
So give me an example. Give me an example.
Rita Rick sent you an email about your podcast that's coming up. You need to prepare. These are the things that you need to do. These are the topics she said she's going to discuss. We have a 1-pager ready for you. It would do that for you.
How'd you get that into the email?
That's what I'm saying. That's what you told me to give you an example.
I know, but how
Right.
did you?
Because if you sent me an email saying that you want to put me on your podcast.
So then,
right?
do I go to Copilot or?
Yeah, and you use Microsoft?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, right. So when you open up your email in Microsoft, the Copilot button.
No, I do use Microsoft.
Okay, there's a Copilot button at the top. You said
Got it,
analyze
got
this
it, got
email,
it, got it.
and it'll pull out the most important pieces of that email. How should I respond? What do I need to do to prepare? But you can build your bot to say, review every email, let me know if I have to respond to it, and what actions I need to take. And it will highlight them for you and organize it for you. It already is built in.
Okay.
The same thing with any Microsoft product, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. They now have Copilot built in. I need you to create a document that's professional for the 3 points I'm going to talk about today on Rita's show, and it'll pull it together. I need you to create a presentation for. I'm about to do a pitch. I need 3 slides for a presentation. So all of that's currently built in. So for this, what you would do is upload this entire packet in your AI of choice and say, create this for me so I can plug it into my Google or my Microsoft.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's a wonderful idea, and I think that's wonderful.
Got it.
Or you can just hire me.
Yeah. That's the other part. That's the other part.
But I think that it's important, like you're saying, is using this tool to help you work better efficiently.
Right.
And at the end of the week, you see your review. This is what you did this week.
This is what
you didn't do this week.
That's what I want, because they got prompts.
Yes.
One is remind me what I said. Listen, this is perfect for me.
Indeed.
Remind me what I said I'd focus on last week, and check
Exactly.
if I followed through.
Right.
And keep a simple CEO reflection document or note on your laptop. Consistency matters more than the platform.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
So what happens is Microsoft also has a feature. I'm a Microsoft user more so than Google, but they have a feature called Focus Time on there. And you've seen it, right? You can put that on there, and at the end of the week, it'll give you how much time you spent, what focus you focused on. It'll do that for you. Yeah.
How?
Because you put it on and it reads it. It pulls
Put it on where?
your calendar. That's why it's important. Everything you put on your calendar, it can pull from.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
there's a
Got
feature
it. Got
also in your email where you can click and reply other, and it puts it as a meeting on your calendar. So if you have an email that you need to respond to and you don't have time, you can put it on your calendar or add it as a task. You can just drag it to your to-do and it'll appear there. And you can have your AI, your Copilot say, everything in my task I need to do by this time, please remind me. And a reminder will automatically come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All
It's
right.
about how you do it and what you want to do.
So, Carol, is that then where you would be hired? hired to come in and connect all that?
I do come in and connect it, but I also build AI bots and AI agents and AI operators, right? So if
Like I know what that is.
Okay, so a bot is when you go to someone's website and you ask questions, right? I can create that for other for businesses. If someone comes to your site and they say, "Well, I'm looking for a coach, but and I'm looking for them to do A, B, and C." And the response will come back, "Well, that's excellent. Miss Rita Rick specializes in that. Please click here to get on her calendar." And your calendar link will be there, right? Now, on the other side, you already have software you're using. It'll say, "You got a feed from Carol on October. We're going to send this email to her automatically to say, thank you so much. We got your inquiry. This is your meeting. This is what you need to do to prepare for your meeting," because it's already set, right? Now, it's in your leads. Wherever you keep your leads as well. Does this come to a prospect? Is it a prospect? Did you meet with that person? How does it look? Did it become an actual client? So now you're tracking it from the time they enter. Right. So inside, you also want to have your team have a bot that says, "Hey, I worked on your video. This is done." They putting it in folders instead of sending to all these folders in OneDrive. It's one system, and so now you can look at a dashboard and say, "Oh, Dad, she finished that video. Oh, okay, I see the paperwork. It's all there for you." So it's really pulling together not only the software you're using, but meeting with your team to say what works for you. Because it's not just the leader that needs the help, it's everybody that works for them. And so you have a 1-person team, a 2-person team, or a 5-person team. Each one of them needs to have a set of tools that help you do your job better. So everybody's on the same page.
Do you see my eyes? They're glassy. They're glazed over. They are glazed over.
I went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. But you started off by saying process and procedure.
Processes and procedures.
And I think that they are the work, the time that I waste right now is infuriating me.
It's universal.
It's infuriating me because I can't do what I do best
because of doing
this over here.
Right.
And so I think it's fascinating. I wanted to, what did I do with my glasses? They're up here. Meeting to momentum. Turn every meeting into action automatically. There again, you're using Fireflies or Asana. Record your...
Fireflies, not Fireflies. So Fireflies is a like a Auto AI or the other one that you bring to meetings with you.
Right.
Of course, a meeting.
Okay,
yes. Okay.
So it says record your Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet with Fireflies AI.
Yes.
And then Fireflies that automatically transcribes the conversation, summarizes the discussion, and highlights. With the Fireflies, all those tasks flow seamlessly into your projects assigned to the right team members.
Exactly.
And the pro tip is to use Fireflies or Smart Search to find key moments by keyword like deadline, next step, or follow up. And keep your team perfectly aligned.
So you would take that Fireflies and connect it to the software you're already using for your project management or your operations. And so now I've had this meeting. These are the meeting for the notes. These are things that need to be done. And it's not on you because the person automatically gets assigned.
Because everybody's already heard it.
Right.
Okay. Number 2, idea to impact post. This is to turn one idea into content that connects.
Yes.
And so that's to capture your idea, record a quick thought, transcribe. This is with Descript.
Descript is good also.
Or upload an existing video, transcribe instantly, craft your caption, create the visual, and then repurpose with ease. Talk about that for a minute. I don't know what that was.
When we did our video, we did our interview, there were excerpts that came out. I had a young lady that did that for me. So she captured 30 seconds and she posted it. Then she captured another 30 seconds and she posted it. So it's breaking down that one medium 3 times. So if you record one video, you have that for 5 sources. Right. One for a quick question. Right. One for looking up information. One to give a little bit more, to make them want more. Right. And different mediums. So a lot of us use LinkedIn. Right. But now you may want to post some on AARP, because it's seniors. Or maybe you want to post them on your actual website, and things like that. So how do I use that one thing 4 or 5 times? So is Descript then what we need? That's the meeting? Well, I would compare Descript
with who?
To of course I got a brain
okay
fog.
It says Descript or chat
or
Sora, Claude.
Claude to me is very good with that. And Perplexity is good for research. Perplexity AI is good for research. I say compare till you find your sweet spot. And I said sign up for the 30-day free trial. Okay? Don't go out and buy everything.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Okay. And the outcome of this is transforming a single spark of inspiration into a week's worth of polished online on-brand content in about 15 minutes.
Yes, you can do that. Canva also offers that. And also Lumen 5 creates videos.
Who?
Lumen 5. Lumen is lumen5.com. You can take a whole paper, put it in, it'll create videos with pictures and everything. And also, yeah.
LUMIN?
LUMEN5.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can put in the description.
Yeah, you went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I did.
You went down the rabbit hole.
Lost.
We ain't got about 5 minutes,
Okay,
too.
5 minutes. Okay,
Yeah. So, SOPs on autopilot.
Oh, my gosh, I love it.
Turn on Scribe while completing any recurring task or process. Scribe automatically captures screenshots, keystrokes, download your SOP as a document, share a live link. See, I put question marks there. I didn't even know what that is. So is Scribe what we need?
So Scribe is a tool. It's one of the tools. And like I say, I don't sponsor any tool, but I say compare tools. Right.
So who would I compare this with?
So I didn't bring my list. But what I use is a snipping tool, because snipping tool comes with any Windows-based computer. You have to download it. It's mine because it's free. And I take and I record everything, right? And then I take that recording and I can put it into something to transcribe it, kind of like Scribe. But there is another one that does what Scribe does, is how much do you need that, right? So for people who are doing policies and procedures and SOPs, like I do training for technology, so I would use it to do the step-by-step, right? But I'm not transcribing mine to written. I'm using the video, because some people are auto to learn. They need to see you doing it. What Scribe does is put it in print for them to read, to know step-by-step. You can keep the video portion, but do you really want to transcribe it, right? Or do you want them to click on that video and watch it?
We still have 2 more, but you got to come back.
I have to come back, Miss Rita, because I didn't bring my references.
It's okay.
There's so many. I know people are rushing out to get AI certified. I'm not against certification, because I hold at least 1 million, okay? But what I want to say about AI, there's always a new AI every week, and AI is constantly changing. So it doesn't matter if you get certified in it, you know? It's like auto mechanics.
Just figure out what works.
What works.
Yeah.
Auto mechanics, they used to work on old cars. Have to go back to school to work on new cars.
That's right. That's
and the cars are still changing.
That's right.
Because they're now coming from motors to computers.
Right.
So I say research what you want to use, what helps you. Manus is a good one, MANUS. MANNUS. It's another good tool to use. But there's millions of them out there, and they're all coming out. I said take your time and research and understand how it helps you.
Yeah. So how do people get in touch with you?
Well, you can go to thecarolreese.com. That's TheCarol Reese REESE.com. You can call my office at 804-935-8528. I almost forgot that. Or simply send me an email at info@thecarolreese.com. I put the because I looked up Carol Reese. There's 100 of them, but they don't look like me, and they all dead. Google me. Google Carol Reese to see what you come up with.
They all died?
They all, Yes, a few, Look up Carol Reese. Google it real quick and tell me what you see. I'm just saying,
So Carol, what's a final thought about all this today?
Show up for your business in ways you haven't before.
Yeah.
And understand that when you stand behind what you believe in, and every change you make moves you forward, then shine.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid, because business owners have something different.
Yeah.
We know this. We are different. Be proud and say, I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
I am saying now that I am the CEO of a $1 billion conglomerate. And I'm looking for people to help me build this conglomerate.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I think that a lot more people have gone into business.
Yes.
And this is a great time to do that because of AI.
It's important. There's 3 pieces. The foundation has to be laid before you open the doors. The SOPs have to be part of the foundation. The culture has to be part of the foundation. You know, where you plan to end has to be part of the beginning.
And also, why are you doing it?
And why?
Because if you're trying to do it to make money,
it's not going to work.
You got to do it because you love it, because it's in here.
And making money is what you do. You get from it, but you got to have a passion for it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We are Culture Mix Radio, and so listen for us at 1 o'clock on Sundays, and connect with me.
Yes.
Whether it's on YouTube or, as Carol said, my email, which is rricks@ritaricks.com. My telephone number is 804-426-3009. This was priceless today, so I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.